everyone. There's a little behind-the-scenes action with Craig. Welcome back. Craig's lovely wife just had a baby girl, Riley.
Hi,
another.
Oh,
let's see.
right in there, zoom in.
Riley, look.
Oh, he's winking.
He says, you know what, he's catching a little bit of a break, being back to work, but she's a very good baby. She's already on a regular schedule, just like the rest of Team 12. So
he has the in-laws helping out too, right, Craig?
We're on a regular schedule.
That's how we should open up every after show. Baby pictures.
She's absolutely perfect.
He has a boy already, so I told him, hey, you need a girl. She'll stick around and take care of you when you get old and you're drooling. The boys won't.
That's all.
That is cute.
How fun.
What a way to start a Wednesday, huh?
Dibs on babysitting, absolutely. In fact, you know, it's great and they're sweet and angelic at this age, but, you know, kids do the darndest things. And we were talking about it all morning on the Today and AZ show. A father posted to Twitter that his son had locked him out of his iPad for 49 years, which, what? 49 years going forward, you might want
Will we even be here in 49 years?
Will iPads be here in 49 years?
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, he obviously had some valuable stuff on there that he doesn't want to erase everything and get a new one.
And that's what Apple said, that you'd have to go back through and basically reprogram the entire thing.
I got some questions for Apple. Because, like, why is there a thing that you can do to your phone where it's locked for 49 years?
That's a good question.
That should not be a possibility.
Yeah.
And then for them to be like, well, you can just erase everything. Like,
49 days, maybe.
Our hands are clean.
49 hours.
Like 49 minutes.
Yeah, 49 months. I don't know, something.
Isn't that insane? And so the dad posted, and of course, Twitter reacting as per usual. But then we wanted to ask the viewers out there, what's the worst thing your child's ever done in regards to maybe technology or breaking something? I know a viewer earlier today had said that the child was upset about a character on a show on the television to punch the TV, broke the television. Mom says no more television.
Now you can't watch TV.
I got a good one here. This is from the Text Team 12 app. Jess Savoni in Prescott. When my son was 2, we were taking a shower and he asked, Mom, what happened to your boobies?
Oh, no.
You, son, are what happened to my boobies.
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh my
keep
goodness.
Keep them coming. We love them.
Yeah, keep them coming.
Jamie said, Sunday night, my kid cut the side of her hair off. Oh my gosh, kids always do that. Why is that a thing when we're little, that we just feel like we want to get scissors and like cut a piece of our hair?
You think it should be easy.
We've been there.
But anybody that's gotten a bad haircut knows it's not easy.
No. Yeah, you think you can do it.
You're like, all right, my hair's a little bit long. I'd rather have it here, so I'm just going to put that cut in. And then you're like, nah!
Real short bangs.
That's
you
not
always
how it's
know,
supposed
too,
to
because
look.
their like, hair's all messed up going to school because they can't fix it, you know? Or you get the gum in your hair. Oh, that was always brutal.
Yeah. And they tell you to put like mayonnaise on it or peanut butter. That does not work.
Ice.
Just makes it stink.
Then you just got mayonnaise and peanut butter in your hair, too.
Mindy said, told his teacher I didn't like her. Wow.
Oh, my mommy doesn't like you.
I was trying to recall some stuff we did as siblings to upset our parents, or that did upset our parents. And I used to paint my nails on the floor, like on the carpet. Oh. And I spilled the bottle of acetone, the nail polish remover, all over the carpet.
And it came out easy, right?
Yeah. Bright orange stain on the carpet forever. So eventually we put the dog bed over it. That worked out nicely.
My mom was strict. She was like, don't touch the walls. You can eat on the couch. I was like, okay.
Oh,
I remember when I was a kid, I was probably like 4 or 5 years old, we were shopping. We were in a mall, and I thought it'd be hilarious to hide from my mom. So I went into one of those like clothing racks that's circular.
Oh, sure.
Well, we've all done that.
And I was in there, and man, they called the police. They had like all the people in the store were looking for me. She was like a mess, like a wreck. And somebody finally looked into one of those circulars and found me. And I came out, and my first thing I said to my mom was, "Well, Mom, it was just a funny joke." She did not find it funny, not one bit.
Parents get freaked out if they can't even see. I mean, and so that's...
My parents left me at the mall.
No.
I walked home, though.
I would want to leave you, too.
I made it out.
I
did the same thing. I was hiding in those things, came out, couldn't
that was not an accident, Jimmy.
I took off. You know, I walked home. I was like a couple miles away from my house.
It's too much. We used to get like grounded from the TV. You know, we'd always like to watch The Simpsons every week, or if one of us was bad, we'd get grounded, so none of us could watch it. So my parents would leave the house and go on a date or something. They'd come back and we're like, okay, quick, here comes the headlights, like turn the TV off. So what does my dad do? Officer Mike, he comes in, he feels the television, it's cooking, right? Because the old TVs used to get real hot. And so
it's
he goes,
warm, kids.
You guys just extended your grounding. Congratulations. We're like, man, this guy gets everything.
At least you had siblings to entertain each other,
I know,
right?
yeah, well, dead arms was a real thing.
What it was like being an only child, because that's sad.
On national
Actually, it wasn't sad because the whole reason why I'm an only child is because my dad was one of 12.
Oh.
So my grandmother had 12 kids.
He was like, never
and so
again.
there was a large,
family.
So it was hectic growing up, and he was like, yeah, I don't want to do that same thing, So they decided to have one, but like I have so many cousins that I was entertained the whole time anyway. So I have my close cousins on my mom's side and my close cousin on my dad's side, and so I was always with them. Like we would take them on family vacations, and I'd go to their house every day. So I really didn't feel
right, yeah,
like an only child too much. Yeah, it was huge. But I have a great imagination. I entertain myself a lot. Like, my parents were great parents. I used to play with them. My dad would take me swimming.
Yeah.
And he'd play Barbies with me.
See, he's a good dad.
He's a good dad. He's an amazing dad, And then my mom, she'd take me to McDonald's, so.
And look at here, JQ and Miss Teresa.
National Siblings Day. Now, this is up in a bar somewhere up on the Oregon coast in the middle of nowhere.
Nice.
We were planning on buying the bar. I was going to get out of the business.
Oh, wow.
Now, mind you, this just happened within that night. And then
in the second hour of happy hour.
I'm buying it. I'm going to do it. I just sell my house. I'm going to take the down payment, and we're going to do this. This is great. It was really cold out, so that's why I was having a hard time.
In Oregon?
It was so cool. And they wanted to sell it to me, too.
Oh my gosh,
she wanted out. I'm like, this would be great. I own a bar in Oregon. And
if you own a bar, what would you name it?
Jimmy's.
Jimmy's Place.
Jimmy's Place. Okay.
Jimmy Hughes.
You're probably wondering who all these people are. It is National Siblings Day, and that's my crew right there. That's my two brothers and my little sister, if you can believe that, at 5'9". She got the legs in the family.
Wow.
Actually, they all did. Look at
you're the
little
shorty.
pipsqueak there.
Handsome family.
Yeah. So those are my three favorite people in the world. That's Preston, Madison, and Brooks there on the end. And then this guy.
That's me in the middle, in case you couldn't tell. That is my brother Brant to my right, your left. That is my brother Eric to my left, your right. That's confusing. That was my wedding day, like I said. And so these are my two brothers. And Eric is the oldest, and Brant is in the middle, and I am the baby of the family.
The tallest one.
See, what is that? The baby's going to be the tallest?
So true story. My brother went to Florida State, and I would go down to visit him. I was like 13. I was in middle school, and he was in college. He was like a sophomore in college. And I used to walk around the party saying, "Hi, I'm the younger, better-looking, smarter version of Eric Carr."
Whoa!
I mean, and he put me up to it. Like, he was like, "You should go tell girls this." And like, they just thought it was the cutest thing. Of course, they're like, "You're 13 years old. Like, what are you expecting?"
They probably loved it.
But they thought, I mean, they did. They thought it was hilarious, to a point. But we always joke like, yeah, we get taller and we get smarter and we get better looking as we go along. And of course, I never told that joke because that would be super self-serving. But I'm just going to repeat it now.
Hey, you know what? That's okay. That's what this is all about. Let's see. Oh, gosh. Okay.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot. Shelly says, when fishing, my son was casting and caught the hook in his arm.
Oh.
I have a terrible fear of that when it comes to fishing. Like, the hook freaks me out. I can't bait my own hook either. So
wait, Jan said iPads didn't exist 49 years ago.
Yeah, it's 49 years from now.
Jan, yeah. 49 years.
Yeah,
but you're right.
I got a story, guys. Story time?
Story time.
Let's do it. Roll the graphic. Roll the graphic.
Hey.
Okay,
all right, so
in Europe,
when I was living in San Diego, a little exotic little place, a little small town here, San Diego, and we were driving towards Arizona. We were going to New Mexico, and I just got a brand new car, beautiful Jeep Cherokee, Grand Cherokee, and I'm with my son, and I said, we got to stop off at this place. You guys got to go, by the way. It's called Dateland. Best date shakes in the world. If you've ever had them.
You know what? I think I've been through there. Is that
and they blend them up.
PCH?
And they put them in ice cream, and you have the shake. Yeah. No, it's off the 8 on the way to San Diego. You'll pass Dateline. There's probably about like 200
Dateline? Easy NBC.
Yeah, no, that was a little plug there. And so we stopped. We got these date shakes. It was so good. It was like 1,000,000 degrees. It was 120.
Sure.
And when you live in San Diego, man, you're anything over 78, and you're like, oh, it's burning up around here. So we're in the desert. I got the date shakes. He sits down. I go around to the other side. I hop in the car. look in the seat, and he put it on that middle console, and it dumped right into the middle, right where that the whole thing was. It's 120 degrees out. And I said, you go get some napkins right now. And he's like, oh, great. And also, in defense of my son, they put the caps on horrible at Dateland. So you
got to go to DQ where you can dump that blizzard out and nothing happens.
Well, somebody saved a bundle getting the cheap lids. And so we cleaned it out, and I got mad at him because he brought back 3 napkins. I'm like, get a whole stack.
3 napkins.
And we got the napkins. And to this day, he still reminds me about that.
He's a kid.
And I said, it's okay, Austin.
Yeah.
And we got the smell out. Didn't smell at all.
Oh, that's lucky.
So that was it.
Can do like a bomb.
That's my son's thing. Yeah, I didn't have to bomb the thing.
So Dateline. What is that report?
Dateland.
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 Well, Dateline. It just made me think about that. What is the name of the reporter? Richard what?
Engel?
Or is it Richard Engel?
I don't know.
The one that's like, so a man goes into the desert.
Yeah.
And spills a milkshake.
Yeah, exactly.
What happens after that?
What happens after that?
Wait, is that the guy that catch a predator? Or is it the other guy?
No, not him. That's Chris Hansen.
Oh, Chris Hansen. Oh, you're talking about the other guy.
That one I
Okay,
know.
so the guy you're talking
The other
about?
guy with the gray hair?
Yeah, you can get him on your app for traveling places.
Oh,
when
for
you put it
like
on.
Waze or
So he'll
something?
be like, so you make a left turn
Yes.
here, or did you change your mind?
Like your GPS, kind of.
Or did you? You know, it's great. Yeah, for your GPS. You can actually download it.
You know what I'm talking
Well,
about.
there you go. There's some info for you to use today.
You know, I didn't hear what our producer said, but I imagine she said, please get back on track.
Yeah.
So,
Wait, we do have a good one. Look at, so Dana wrote in, she said, locked my mother-in-law out of the house for the day. It was 123 degrees because she made her get out of the pool. So her daughter, the grandma or the mother-in-law made her get out of the pool, so then she locked her out.
okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, anyways, yeah, you guys were saying, I was trying to listen to directions.
I'm trying to think of more siblings. Oh, my brother once, he was stealing the car. My dad was asleep. It was our own car.
Okay.
And so he had it in the garage, VW Bug, and he opened up the garage, and this was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and he rolls it out, puts it in the standard. It was a standard car, so he puts it in neutral, and he rolls it out. He's smart. He's going to push it down the street, then turn it on, and then my dad won't even know about it. So he pushes it way down the street, and he turns the engine, and nothing's firing. My dad took the distributor cap. He unplugged one of the things. He took one of the things out so the car wouldn't work. So now the car's down the street, and it doesn't work. We have a driveway like that.
Oh, no.
So he couldn't get it up the driveway. So he got busted the next morning.
You know, it's always the car stories, because my oldest brother took out the Astro van at the time. It's real sweet. And like had made up some story. He crashed it, right? Because he was messing around, fooling around with his buddies, and he had said that a dog had run out in the road and that he had to swerve and just pull some pit maneuver to save the dog, and told this whole story to my dad regarding the damage to the van.
Dad's a police officer. He's heard it all.
Officer Mike gets my brother in the car and says, all right, let's go back and see how this whole thing played out. Takes him back to the scene of the crash and makes him describe everything. He's like, I lied. Right then.
You can't get anything past your dad.
No. Brooks just finally said, I lied.
I lied.
And so you had to fess up. But,
that's good.
Yeah.
My son, we were hanging out one night. This was when he was in high school. Greatest kid ever. Doesn't do anything wrong. My son is just amazing. And it's getting late, about 11 o'clock, and he's like, hey, Dad, it's getting late. We should, get to bed. I'm like, wow, what a good kid, So we get to bed, and I get a call from one of my friends at 4 o'clock in the morning that my son called her. I'm like, Austin has been picked up by the police. I'm like, what?
Oh, my God.
My wonderful, perfect son. Yeah, he was trying to get me to bed so I could crash and he could take the keys and take that Jeep that he spilled the date shake and take that out with his baseball buddies, and they're riding around. They wouldn't have gotten caught, but he forgot to turn the lights on when he was pulling out of the Dairy Queen. So the cop caught him without the lights, and luckily the cop was nice and, took him. Didn't tow the car. I was able to get a cab and take him back.
To fix it up.
Yeah.
Francis says, my son locked me out of the house and stood by the front window singing, I have the whole house to myself at 4 years old. And then Jay says he filled the gas tank of his uncle's dune buggy with dirt.
He was 3 years old when that happened.
Wow.
Filling up your tank today?
I've heard of stuff like that. That's
bad.
Really bad.
Some interesting stories.
Yeah.
Ryan, here in the comment section, decides that my friend used to throw his daughter into a cold shower when she was acting up. Worked like a charm. That little girl in that story is me.
That's traumatizing. that you?
That was my dad. So yeah, I didn't wreck any of our family vehicles, but if I would mouth off to my mom, my dad, who was working third shift, would come in and throw me in the cold shower, clothes on, everything. I would be whining about what I wanted to wear to school. This was like 10, 11 years old. Throw me in the cold shower. Go ahead, wear that to school. Are we going to do this every day? I said, no.
You know what, folks? Whoever's out there saying no, that was wrong, she's turned out amazing. Rachel is an amazing person.
It only took
really
2 times to learn that lesson.
With you. She's an awesome person.
Thanks,
I like
Jimmy.
that. So, Dad, you did a phenomenal job.
Calling your dad Officer Mike.
Officer Mike. Nothing wrong with that parenting tactic. He didn't do it with all of us kids. He did it with me because it was effective. It wouldn't have, my sister would have said, bring it on. She just let it rain, Dad.
Oh,
it worked.
I was that kind of kid too. If you'd thrown me in a cold shower and said go to school wet, I would have gone to school soaking wet.
Right, like you were just like, okay.
And then when someone asked me why are you wet, I would be like, because my parents don't love me.
Oh my God.
And then they'd get a phone call. Actually, I remember I got in trouble one day, and I told the vice principal, well, I never see my father.
Oh, jeez.
Which wasn't true.
Right.
my father was a great father. He was awesome. But I knew what it would take to get them to leave me alone and then to go talk to my parents. And I used that. It was a manipulative little son of a gun.
Son of a
I was listening to a video with Mark Wahlberg talking about his childhood. And he'd say, yeah, because he had a big family. And he'd say, yeah, every now and then a couple bucks would be missing from Mom's pocketbook.
Oh.
And Dad would go line all the boys up against the wall, and we get a pretty good beat down. And then he fades off. He's all for a couple of bucks.
Back then, that was a lot of money.
A couple of bucks from his pocket. All right, who did it? Which one of you?
That's pretty good. The shakedown.
Get the shakedown. He's all, we'd all get beat for just a couple of bucks.
You're all going to catch a beating if you don't admit it.
Goodness. You guys, it's time for some fresh squeezed juice this morning. It's some electrifying news for Grease fans.
Woo! It's electrifying.
Right? A Grease prequel is reported to be in the works titled Summer Lovin', right? The prequel will delve into the summer fling between Danny and Sandy, described in the song Summer Nights, one of the best ones. Now, word when the proposed film will hit the big screen is unknown at this time, but pretty exciting stuff. This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Is John Travolta bald now?
I don't think so.
No.
I think he's aging. Oh, never mind.
Was that in his newest video?
Yeah, this is Harold.
All right, well, you got me on that one.
Bald Travolta?
Oh, fine.
Oh, he's bald.
Yeah, he looks good. He's got a white
You can't
beard.
just show us.
He is Columbo bald. He is.
Wait,
And he looks great.
Wait for it.
There he is.
He looks great.
Who is
So
that
how
man?
exciting.
He's
You know what
happy.
else is
He
exciting?
looks happy as can be.
We don't have it, but I did see a new Simba trailer came out.
Oh,
And people are going crazy about that one as well. So that's exciting.
Is that a cartoon or is that live action?
Oh my gosh, he looks
It
fantastic.
looks awesome. I wish I looked good bald. I just shave my hair. I wouldn't
never
have to
know.
worry about haircuts.
So I was
Oh, God,
You know.
put a lot of hair on me for a reason.
I was at a
happy.
drive-through yesterday picking up some lunch, and in front of me was a company-issued
What
vehicle.
What company?
I don't want to say.
Was it? Well, give us the food. Was it a hamburger? Was it chicken?
Salad.
Salad. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's basically the name of the place. It's called Salad to Go. It's
Oh,
good.
okay.
It's good. So anyway, so I'm in line and there was a company-issued vehicle in front of me, and it said the license plate was YB Bald, and it was like a hair restoration company. I'm like, what? That is fantastic. YB Bald. To which I immediately thought of George Costanza. You're bald. No, I'm not.
I don't like this, and here's
what I'm doing with it. It's like, Elaine.
Tune in for the after show where Rachel and I just quote Seinfeld back and forth to each other.
You know, it's a great show, so, if you don't like Seinfeld.
She's the best at movie quotes. Like,
No,
seriously,
first one
our
out the
TV show
gate.
quotes.
First time I worked with him, he threw a movie quote at me.
This one here?
Yeah, we were doing Shawshank Redemption. He picked it right up.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Mine wasn't even right, and he picks it right up.
You got
I said Billy Dufresne.
He said Billy Dufresne.
Yeah.
Andy
Dufresne.
Andy Dufresne.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I do want to point out that we are wearing orange today. Well,
Yes.
the three of us are.
Mine's.
Well, my drawers are orange.
Because it is National Safety
Kinda
Zone
lighten up.
Awareness Day, so drive with caution whenever you see them working on the
And you get
roads
those
or the
fines
streets,
out on the highways,
freeways.
too.
Yeah.
If you go
Yeah, good. Scoot over, and not just a little bit. It's, you know, watch
Slow
out.
down,
Those
pay
people-
attention, drive with caution.
A lot of those guys lose their lives every year.
Yeah, that's what they
80.
do this day, to bring awareness, to remind everybody that you have to be careful.
I had a friend, and her dad used to work on the roads, and there would be guys once every couple of years. Some guy would go on purpose, and he would run all the cones over and bust the cones over on purpose. And he did this periodically. In one week, they put a giant steel rod embedded in concrete in. Oh, no. And he was hitting the things, laughing his butt off, and he hit it, and his whole middle of his car just got smashed.
You know, it's not a safe lesson, but it's a lesson nonetheless. So stop running the cones over. That's not what they're there for.
That happened too recently with some guy was knocking over a snowman.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? With his truck, and somebody put like concrete barriers inside and put the snow around it.
To build the snowman so it would last.
And the guy hit it to knock it over and just mashed the car to nothing.
That's what you get for being mean.
I think that's funny.
Have you ever gotten out of your car on the side of the highway?
That's scary.
It is terrifying.
To shoot a stand-up from work.
Yeah, when you got to pee, you're between here
When you gotta pee.
Poughkeepsie and you got to go.
Poughkeepsie, New York?
Yeah, exactly. Oshkosh.
But to work like that, you know, for 8 hours, to be standing out there, like, that is horrible.
Well,
especially in this day and age with people driving like
Yeah,
this.
paying less and less attention to their vehicle.
Yeah.
Please be mindful of the workers, not just today, but every day, especially when you get behind the wheel. Just be cautious of that. Thank you so much for sharing your stories of your kids and the darndest things that they do.
It's time.
Best of luck with the dad with the iPad. And for those of you who are suggesting it might be a slow news day, this isn't the news show. This is the after show.
Fun, guys.
The news show starts at 4:30 a.m. Monday through Friday and goes till 7.
Whatever you want to talk about, let us know, except for politics. We don't do that either.
Yeah, thanks.
It's gonna be a windy day.
We're nonpartisan.
Wear a baseball cap.
Yeah, it
Bring
is.
your hairspray. Put it in a ponytail.
Don't tell anyone.
D-backs
about my
take on the
secret.
Rangers. First pitch, 6:40.
Woo, Chasefield.
This is his
stakes.
life. This is what.
Oh, so cute.